even all the way up until the Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, civil rights movement and stuff like that. We still have redlining. We still have mass incarceration. There's still Jim Crow stuff was going on. So there was a lot of things preventing Black Americans from moving forward and evolving, like literal systems in place, preventing us from getting wealth, preventing us from getting credit, homes, houses, stuff like that. So when you see certain, Black Americans is like, yo, what's wrong with them? Why can't they just get their shit together? It's like, you got to think this is 500 years of just straight oppression on a people.
Top.
Today is the day of
get money for bitches. All right, let's get to it, man. 3, 2, 1. Top Hill, episode 181. Welcome to another episode of the Top Hill Podcast. This is your boy, Mr. Top Hill Pod, a.k.a. Emoneyboss.
And I am the Carmen.
The Carmen in the building. Another round of applause. Let's go. Welcome to another episode, guys. This is Top Hill, where we like to bridge the gap between the cultures, man. Just a couple of Americans, that understand that our roots are back home in the motherland continent. We want to learn more about our homeland, and, in exchange, you guys send us music. You send us different videos for us to take a look at. Love Top Hill Mondays. We come in here to learn with an open mind, and we like to keep it fun, exciting, and we be joking, like, already know me and Carmen got that energy for y'all, man. So we're definitely gonna have some laughs in here tonight as well too. So
making it funny.
Yeah, we gotta make some funnies. But before we get started, guys, you already know I gotta check in with my co-host right here. Carmen, how you doing? How was your week?
I'm doing good. My weekend was fantastic. My day off was cool.
Oh, yeah.
How was yours?
You got Monday off?
No. I said my week.
Oh, your week. Okay.
My day off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my week was cool. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, I don't know. Week's just been flying by. I literally thought I was in here yesterday, but apparently it's been a whole nother week. So
I feel like this summer is already flying by like a bat out of hell.
I look at it, it's like, dang, June, half of the year.
I'm like, we're halfway through June?
It's like
June, put your purse down, girl, damn.
Yo, 2024 is not here to play with us, man. There's a lot going on this year. Starting off with the Cat Williams situation and the truth's coming out, the Diddy situation, the Kendrick and Drake beef. There's just a lot going on. It's an election year. Yeah. There's a lot going on, man. The ships. The Russians are coming. Anyway.
Oh my God. This generation, we take nothing seriously.
No.
They're in our backyard. You're like, okay, y'all. They're here.
I'd be like, yo, let me pack my bags first, bro. Like, let me go over to Africa real quick while y'all over here.
My passport's still in transit, please.
Your passport's in transit? You better go get that, man. Guys, all right. We're here. Glad to be here. Happy Father's Day, weekend, by the way, too. That's what transpired this past weekend. So I'm just going to say Happy Father's Day to all the good men out there.
Happy Father's Day to the daddies, the active daddies, the ones that's there through the thick, the thin, the throw up the shit.
The throw up the shit. For
Shout
sure,
out to
man.
y'all.
I'd definitely say this year has been, I don't know, Father's Day was kind of
This is like the first year I've seen people actually celebrate Father's Day. Like, you know what? Y'all niggas alright.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Shout out to my dad. I don't know, sometimes he be watching and everything. Shout out to my dad. I went to get like a Father's Day card. I was just like, damn, they got options this year.
Yeah, facts.
It's like a whole list of Father's Day cards over here. I was like, man, I got options. Before, I was always giving my dad Father's Day cards and stuff like that, but it was always like, small options.
It's like, thanks, Dad.
Yeah, it was just like, didn't I get this one last year? It was like, it still sounds good, right?
It never sold.
But, shout out to all the fathers out there who are, doing your job, doing your role, being there for the next generation. Raise your damn kids. But, but yeah, good stuff. All right. Moving forward, Juneteenth is coming up, guys. Juneteenth, if you guys don't know,
Nigga Day.
Oh my God, no, that's not what it I ain't gonna, we're going to talk a little bit about Juneteenth. I've seen a video. I have not watched it yet, but I did kind of want to react to it since it's kind of, to me, a good holiday for us. It's actually like a holiday really directed to us.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So, as Black Americans, a lot of people don't understand the history of, the Black American experience and kind of what we've been through and stuff like that. Basically, in a nutshell, I think it was 1863. I'm gonna pull up this information to make sure I'm not just talking out of my butt. Hold on one second. So Juneteenth, it actually started in Galveston, Texas. I do know that part.
Yes, they were. I'm gonna let you read off the paper, but I
let's see. Yeah, 1865. I'm sorry. So, slavery ended in 1862, right? Matter of fact, let me get all my facts straight. Hold on. When did slavery end? And I'm gonna tell you why this is significant. Okay, so the 13th Amendment, the United States Constitution, abolished slavery in the United States in 1865. But even though the North, why is my screen so red? What the heck is going on?
they said,
They said y'all talking about y'all. No,
talking about.
Wait, is this a Google thing? When you type in Juneteenth, it goes red. What is going on? Google, don't play with us. This is our holiday.
I was gonna say, why?
Why
Damn,
you
niggas
do
can't get a little educated.
Right. So, basically, when the North beat the South in the Civil War, they abolished slavery. It was part of the deal. But there were still Southern countries that still did not want to give up their slaves. They didn't tell their slaves that they were free or anything like that. So, in Galveston, Texas, there were some of the Union, the North, came down and actually told the slaves, like, "Hey, you guys are actually free."
Hey, did y'all ain't get the memo?
Yeah, y'all didn't get the memo. Y'all don't have to do this no more. So that's when the people there, they actually created the Juneteenth holiday to celebrate their actual independence and freedom. And it wasn't a federal holiday until Donald Trump actually put it as a federal holiday during his term. One of the only things that he did. But anyway, you know what I mean? They did they gave us something, you know what I mean? No reparation, but they gave us another holiday. So shout out to them, I guess. Let's round of applause. Yeah, baby. Yeah, holiday.
Human decency. Yay!
Right. But yeah, no, seriously, guys. Happy Juneteenth. It's a celebration of true freedom for all people in the country. This is actually what America was supposed to be. Freedom for everybody. So this is kind of the first holiday that actually celebrate that, because even 4th of July, which is the independence, of the country from the British, people were celebrating 4th of July in 1776 while they still had slaves. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a hypocritical holiday. I think Frederick Douglass actually have a famous quote about that too. But enough random history facts, you know what I mean, about all that. Sometimes I can get into my bag, y'all. Lo siento.
Don't get me started.
We're gonna get into the show tonight, but to top off, we're gonna do a little quick video on Juneteenth from TED Talk ED. So let's get to it. And then we're gonna get to y'all reactions today.
Oh, I love a good TED Talk.
When I was starting out,
Yeah, man, they be
Yeah.
If you guys are new here, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate it. Let's get to it. I shout out to my dad. He just liked the video. So yeah, happy Father's Day again.
One day, while hiding in the kitchen, Charlotte Brooks overheard a life-changing secret. At the age of 17, she'd been separated from her family and taken to William Nealon's Texas plantation. There, she was made to do housework at the violent whims of her enslavers. On that fateful day, she learned that slavery had recently been abolished, but Nealon conspired to keep this a secret from those he enslaved. Hearing this, Brooks stepped out of her hiding spot, proclaimed her freedom, spread the news throughout the plantation, and ran. That night, she returned for her daughter, Tempe. And before Nealon's spiteful bullets could find them, they were gone for good. For more than 2 centuries, slavery defined what would become the United States. From its past as the 13 British colonies to its growth as an independent country. Slavery fueled its cotton industry and made it a leading economic power. 10 of the first 12 presidents enslaved people. And when U.S. chattel slavery finally ended, it was a long and uneven process. Enslaved people resisted from the beginning by escaping, breaking tools, staging rebellions, and more. During the American Revolution, Vermont and Massachusetts abolished slavery, while several states took steps towards gradual abolition. In 1808, federal law banned the import of enslaved African people, but it allowed the slave trade to continue domestically. Approximately 4 million people were enslaved in the U.S. when Abraham Lincoln was elected president in 1860. Lincoln opposed slavery, and though he had no plans to outlaw it, his election caused panic in southern states, which began withdrawing from the Union. They vowed to uphold slavery and formed the Confederacy, triggering the start of the American Civil War. A year into the conflict, Lincoln abolished slavery in Washington, D.C., legally freeing more than 3,000 people. And 5 months later, he announced the Emancipation Proclamation. It promised freedom to the 3.5 million people enslaved in Confederate states, but it would only be fulfilled if the rebelling states didn't rejoin the Union by January 1st, 1863. And it bore no mention of the roughly 500,000 people in bondage in the border states of Delaware, Maryland, Kentucky, and Missouri that hadn't seceded. When the Confederacy refused to surrender, Union soldiers began announcing emancipation. But many southern areas remained under Confederate control, making it impossible to actually implement abolition throughout the South. The war raged on for 2 more years, and on January 31st, 1865, Congress passed the 13th Amendment. It promised to end slavery throughout the U.S., except as punishment for a crime. But to go into effect, 27 states would have to ratify it first. Meanwhile, the Civil War virtually ended with the surrender of Confederate General Robert E. Lee on April 9, 1865. But although slavery was technically illegal in all southern states, it still persisted in the last bastions of the Confederacy. There, enslavers like Nealon continued to evade abolition until forced. This was also the case when Union General Gordon Granger marched his troops into Galveston, Texas on June 19th and announced that all enslaved people there were officially free and had been for more than 2 years. Still, at this point, people remained legally enslaved in the border states. It wasn't until more than 5 months later, on December 6, 1865, that the 13th Amendment was finally ratified. This formally ended chattel slavery in the U.S. Because official emancipation was a staggered process, people in different places commemorated it on different dates. Those in Galveston, Texas, began celebrating Juneteenth, a combination of June and 19th, on the very first anniversary of General Granger's announcement. Over time, smaller Juneteenth gatherings gave way to large parades, and the tradition eventually became the most widespread of emancipation celebrations. But while chattel slavery had officially ended, racial inequality, oppression, and terror had not. Celebrating emancipation was itself an act of continued resistance, and it wasn't until 2021 that Juneteenth became a federal holiday. Today, Juneteenth holds profound significance as a celebration of the demise of slavery, the righteous pursuit of true freedom for all, and a continued pledge to remember the past and dream the future. People resisted slavery in the U.S. as long as it persisted, uncovered the story of those who escaped slavery, and created a secret society in the Great Dismal Swamp with this video. Or learn about the incredible courage of Harriet Tubman with this video.
All right. A little quick history lesson for those that may not know what Juneteenth is actually about and why it's celebrated here in the States. That was a pretty good explanation, to give you like a whole general overview on why, we celebrate the holiday. But I'm also glad that they did mention, like, even though that we were freed in 1865, it was not a smooth road into this. You still had, segregation. You still had, the Tulsa, Oklahoma bombings, multiple massacres all across the country, in different black towns and stuff like that. So, even all the way up until the Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, civil rights movement and stuff like that. We still have redlining. We still have mass incarceration. There's still Jim Crow stuff was going on. So there was a lot of things preventing Black Americans from moving forward and evolving, like literal systems in place, preventing us from getting wealth, preventing us from getting credit, homes, houses, stuff like that. So when you see certain Black Americans is like, yo, what's wrong with them? Why can't they just get their shit together? It's like, you got to think this is 500 years of just straight oppression on a people. You know what I mean? So it's just now with the internet age and stuff like that, we can now get more information, understand what's going on, understand our history and stuff like that, and kind of learn in real time. So I see, our generation as, really like the first generation that could really like try to turn things back around,
Right.
You know what I mean? And try to move things forward, because there's no longer any barriers on this anymore. Like in our parents or our grandparents' generation where they literally could not, we now can, you know what I mean? So, yeah. But yeah, guys, happy Juneteenth. It's a little different from the normal Top Hill intros and stuff like that, but I thought it was necessary. So, and,
Absolutely.
And definitely for the people, you know what I mean, in Africa who tune into our channel and stuff like that, who may not know about Juneteenth because it is a new federal holiday. This is a great opportunity for you guys to know what's up with this. So let us know in the comments what you guys think. Yeah, we definitely love to hear you guys' comments. So, all right, round of applause for that. Happy Juneteenth, y'all. Let's get into the show.